working extremely well. I'm just going to briefly explain what is going on with this machine, what it does for us here on the farm, where it came from, how it works, and how it came to be in its current state. First of all, this is a fertilizer spreader with a ground drive system. It's a 5-ton machine. It uses a track at the bottom to drive the material to the gate at the rear. The operator can set the depth of the gate to calculate the tonnage per acre spread. When it comes through the gate, it drops into what we call the spinners, and that spreads it into an arc of approximately 40 feet in both directions, well, 20 feet in both directions, resulting in about a 40-foot spread. And this one's obviously used. The reason they're hard to find to use is because the material being spread causes damage to the metal, and they disappear after a while. There's not much left of them. So this particular machine had a couple of major flaws that were previously addressed, and one was that we were spreading. The material would clump up in the machine and jam at the back door. We wouldn't be able to see the blockage from the tractor, so we'd end up leaving patchy sections of field. Our solution to this was building this slanted screen on top. I found the screen at a scrapyard for 40 bucks. Together, Dad and I built this slanted screen so the clumps cannot go into the bed. This corrected the problem with the jams. Second issue we've already corrected was the issue with a basic belt drive system at the back of the machine, right by the spinners. And that design was flawed in all our opinions. Basically, the gate would open, I think, to a maximum of 8 to 12 inches or something, but the belt drive system would be about 4 inches from the bottom of the bottom track. So you could open the door, but it would just drive the material right out into the belts and pulleys and bearings and create all kinds of problems. My brother came up with a hydraulic drive system that cut the old system completely off, built a new system through hydraulics. It was set up much higher, away from the track, and that really was a major fix. We're very careful when we design the new system, so the hydraulics were completely independent. So if we were to loan the machine out and other tractors were to hook up to it, we didn't have any quick couplers, so we weren't transferring other machinery's fluids back and forth. So it's just a very good idea to keep everything separated. It has 2 flaws currently, besides the fact that it's in pieces. One is the lack of a place to store a shovel, which we're going to address here. And the second issue was with the broadcast tonnage being too low, even though we adjusted the door to maximum gap. The thing that's happening is the gear reduction on the drive wheel is set at such a slow speed that it's taking, kilometers of driving to get out any sort of volume out the back. And for what we're doing, it's just a waste of fuel. And the other problem that we're seeing is the machine is slipping on, like the drive wheel was slipping on the big tire. And the way we've corrected this is you can move the gear reduction to a different sprocket. So that's going to fix the speed. The problem with the tire, we're going to put a new spring on there and make sure we get a lot more tension. We're going to test that first. I also, when we put the tires back on, we're putting on the best tire, so the biggest tire that's available for it. All right, that's what the machine does, where it came from, and that's what the flaws are. And so why is it in pieces? So last summer I was using the machine quite away from home, and I had an issue with material being stuck in the front corners, and I couldn't get it down onto the track, so I couldn't spread it. I didn't have a shovel, There was nowhere, like it just didn't have a shovel on it. I tried using my hands and sticks. It wasn't coming out, and it was starting to rain, so I mean, it was pretty much time to stop anyway. I didn't have another vehicle or person with me, so I drove the machine home with the tractor. If you know anything about our roads, they're pretty bad and bumpy, and the combination of the front weighted load, the bumpy roads, and the metalwork being very rotted on that front beam collided in spectacular fashion and broke the machine in half on the way home. I didn't have any means to deal with it, so I unhooked the tractor, drove home, got a bigger machine with a tow rig, hauled the machine home in pieces. The machine's been out in the field all winter waiting for its turn in the shop, and that's pretty much what happened.
Next project was to make our angle at the front of this spreader. This is an angle finder we used out on the old the old wood or the old front to get the angle. We use this tool here to find out what the actual angle was. Once you find your angle, we're making two pieces come together. You split your angle in two, and that gives you your angle that you need for cutting. And that's what we did. That's what we're going to do, is cut our pieces out.
We also just got the pump mounted. Chain's nice and straight. And then this tank's all tightened down. Hoses are back connected. So there we go. This is our gate that people are wondering about. So I found this bearing race. I believe it's from one of the wheels we did on the rock picker, and I think it's going to work. To use to mount the shovel.
So you want to turn it? I suppose you gotta do the bottom side too. You got this edge in there. I was wondering if you might want to take those bolts out and just turn that a little bit away from it.
Yeah, bolts are just.
Yeah, I think just these two have to come out. And then it'll just swing.
Like lay it flat.
Yeah.
Working extremely well.